Hey everybody, how is it going on this dreadful Tuesday? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about CleanSpark. They are out with earnings and the market is not liking them very much, but I want to go over them a little bit and give you my opinion and let you know if I'm buying more of this stock or not. And then I want to get into their chart, go over some of that current data and let you know where I think the stock could be going next. Now, if you're new to my channel, I have been trading and investing for over 20 years, and in each video I will show you trades that I see setting up right now. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any future trading and investing ideas. And also, if you would like to support the channel and become part of our Patreon community and see what we are buying and selling in real time for a measly $10 a month, that link is in the description. All right, CleanSpark is out with their earnings and they are getting thwacked. Wall Street is not enjoying them at all, but let's go to this Yahoo article and just go over some of the highlights. I'm not going to go over, all the filings. I don't want this video to take forever because I want to get into the chart. But over at this Yahoo page, they talk about some of the highlights, and of course they say that the 3-month revenue increased to 250% to $11.9 million from 1 year ago, and their 9-month revenue increased 176% to $22.3 million from 1 year ago. Now, those numbers, I don't know. I think they're a little bit less than what I was hoping for, but hey, it is what it is. Wall Street is not enjoying it, so maybe it's just giving us a better chance to buy in. But this article goes on to say that their August Bitcoin run rate to achieve an annualized revenue of 137 million to 154 million with significant expansion anticipated. So these numbers should only get better and better. And on this Yahoo page, they have the CleanSpark Investor Relations link. If you want to click on that and go look at those filings a little bit closer, there it is right there. Or if you just go on their website. But I'm sure you guys already knew that. We went over. Well, let's go over. It says their net loss for the 9 months ended June 30th was 16.4 million or 60 cents per share, compared to a loss of 16.3 million. Or a loss of $2.32 per share for the same period a year ago, which is an improvement of $1.72 per share. Now it says their adjusted EBITDA came in at negative 2.7 million or a 10-cent loss per share, compared to a loss of 4.1 million or 58 cents per share in the same period. So hey, that is what it is. The adjusted EBITDA came in at 6.2 million or 23 cents per share, compared to a loss of 3.9 million or a loss of 56 cents per share for the same period a year ago, which is an improvement of 79 cents per share. All right, let's get down to the juicy part, the Bitcoin mining side of this. And it says, in the quarter that ended June 30th, 2021, the company produced more than 191 Bitcoins and has produced an aggregate of 598 Bitcoins since acquiring its mining operations on December 10th, 2021. I think that means 2020. That's a little bit of a typo. Through August 14th, 2021. Now, getting down to the balance sheet, this is the thing that concerned me the most, was their cash position. Last I checked, their cash position was well over 100 million. So I know that they are expanding their Bitcoin mining operations, and of course they have other expenditures. But man, I bet this might be most of the reason that Wall Street is doodling their pants at the moment, because I think companies that don't have a strong cash position, that are not making a lot of money at the moment right now, even if they're growth companies, especially if they're growth companies, Wall Street is not liking their shares at the moment. But it says their digital currency came in at 10.4 million or 301 Bitcoin. Their total current assets came in at 51 million. Their total mining assets, prepaid deposits and deployed miners, came in at 188 million, and their total assets came in at 297 million. So I think their market cap right now is under 375 million. So you're talking like their market cap is almost as low as their total assets at the moment. And if we look at their current liabilities, And they came in at 11.9 million. Their total liabilities came in at 15.7 million. So they still have enough cash to pay it all off, but it's not nearly as nice as it was before. And their total stockholders' equity is 281 million. So, you know, it says right here they have a working capital of 39.9 million as of June 30th, as compared to 2.9 million as of September 30th, 2020, an increase of 37 million. But that doesn't make me feel any better, because that cash position used to be a lot nicer than that. Now, getting down to more of this Bitcoin mining operation, this is where it gets really exciting. It says their current hash rate capacity now exceeds 820 petahash, which is nearly double the capacity of just 46 days ago. So this company, if these numbers are right and they can execute on these and the Bitcoin price goes up, I mean, this could be like the biggest bargain in the stock market, in my opinion. But it says the company anticipates achieving 1 exahash in production capacity within the coming month, when the balance of the mining rigs scheduled to be hashing in August are installed. And it says, to put this into perspective, the company produced just over 3 Bitcoin on June 30th, and it is now capable of producing between 6 and 7 Bitcoin per day. At the current difficulty rates, 1 exahash would result in approximately 8.9 Bitcoins per day, which would result in 376,000 to 423,000 per day, or 137 million to 154 million, like they said earlier, in the annual revenues if you use a Bitcoin price of 47. So imagine if Bitcoin goes even higher. These numbers are going to be silly cheap. And like I said, you're talking the market cap is coming down under 375 million. So you're talking just their Bitcoin annual revenue to be right around half of that. I mean, this stock is getting silly cheap. This thing could be the biggest bargain in the stock market right now. I am buying more shares today. I sold some $10 puts at the open that expire on Friday. So if it falls below $10 on Friday, I will take, I only sold 2 contracts, so I'll take another 2 shares, or 200 shares, I'm sorry. If it doesn't, I'll just keep that premium and probably look to buy some more. But I did also buy some shares today. So just, in conclusion, to sum it all up, the numbers, they didn't blow the doors off at all. There was some concerns, especially that cash position that I just went over. But, I mean, if they can execute on these Bitcoin numbers, even if Bitcoin stays where it is or falls a little bit, these numbers could get absolutely massive. If Bitcoin goes on a big run, it just seems like the $100,000 mark for Bitcoin, there's just a magnet there. Everybody keeps talking about it. So usually when that occurs, or when that kind of talk happens, it does end up happening. But if that does happen, these numbers are going to get ridiculous. So the numbers for the quarter weren't so fantastic, but I do think there is still a ton of potential, and I will take this big sell-off and take a shot on some more CleanSpark shares and some options, because if these things do pan out, this thing is going to pay off huge. All right, let's get into the chart. Okay, well, here is the daily chart of CleanSpark, and yikes, yeah, this thing is really rolling over hard. Oh, but before I get started, if you don't mind doing me a small favor and hitting the like button, liking the smash button, however you say it, it would make me feel a lot better today, because I am a big-time shareholder in CleanSpark. And let's face it, let's get the word out on CleanSpark, because I think this is a phenomenal buying opportunity personally. I don't know any stock that has this much growth ahead of it that's trading this cheaply right now, right offhand. So the more people that know about CleanSpark, potentially the better. I mean, hopefully this thing doesn't go into the ground, and I don't think that's going to happen. But all of this is just my opinion. This is not financial advice. Please make all of your own trading decisions, etc., etc., etc. But looking at this daily chart, let's zoom in a little bit. We got a big gap down. It's down over 21% at the moment. But one of the things that's kind of sticking out is this volume isn't like overly enormous. I mean, sure, it's above average, but I mean, it's nothing like this day back here that it had back in March. And this is a big gap down. I was expecting more climax selling. So I don't know if that is a good sign or a bad sign. Maybe there just isn't that much selling pressure, but obviously there isn't that much buying pressure either. If there's only this much volume, I know we still have some time left in the day, and this is a nasty down day in the market, or at least the last time I checked. But I don't think the volume is really all that bad. So this could be pretty close to a bottom, maybe a short-term bottom, maybe a long-term bottom. Who knows? I mean, I actually hope it goes a little bit lower. I sold some $10 puts, so if it drops below $10 on Friday, or at least ends the day below 10 on Friday, I'm probably going to get stuck with another couple hundred more shares, which is fine by me. And I've also bought some more shares regular, so I mean, I'm probably going to be selling puts and calls. I'll be selling some covered calls on this as long as I hold it. I'm going to be selling them way out of the money. So if this thing goes on a massive run, they'll probably get called away from me. But if they don't, I'm just going to be collecting income on this stock for as long as I hold it, because but I do think that this stock has some fantastic long-term potential. So I hope I don't get any shares called away. And I didn't even go over, their microgrid side of the business. CleanSpark is anticipating that the microgrid global market is going to grow at a 28% compounded annual growth rate going up to 2029. So that side of their business, I mean, I don't know how much of that they're going to capture, but that side of their business has a ton of potential as well. So I think CleanSpark is definitely a hidden gem. And man, if we go to this 15-minute chart, I was watching this one closely before earnings, these last couple of weeks, and I noticed this triangle consolidation pattern, which had the potential to break down, but actually broke up through it. But then it started to fade right before earnings. So this is probably all the people that were in the know, that knew the CleanSpark numbers before we got them, and they were probably getting out of some of their shares. And of course, that should have been a pretty good warning sign that the earnings were not going to be so great. But I mean, honestly, any company that comes out with earnings right now is just getting crushed. So I kind of expected it to sell off no matter what. But, and I think there's a pretty distinct possibility that the market could be going into a pretty decent sized correction. So, and if that happens, I would expect CleanSpark to get thwacked even harder. So if that happens, I'm going to be buying more CleanSpark. Let me know what you guys think about the earnings. Did you see something that I missed? Was there something glaring? What are your projections for CleanSpark now after this big gap down? I mean, are you buying more? Are you worried? You're sitting tight for now? Let me know down in the comment section. I really want to hear everybody's point of view, because any point of view would help at this time, especially when the market's going down like this. I like to see how everybody is thinking. But let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section. Okay, everyone, that is all I have for this video, so I'm going to end it right there. But if you have any questions or comments on any of these stocks, or if you have any other ones you want me to take a look at, please leave it down there in the comment section. I will get to them as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end, and until next time, take care, everybody.